Hi everyone. I had some questions regarding the faux ribbon that I made for my card that I did for the Creative Critters Imaginations blog, and I just wanted to show you quickly how I did that. The inspiration for my card came from a Close to My Heart catalog. There was a project in there. It wasn't a card, but it had this wide ribbon on it, and I wanted to use something like that on my card, but I don't have any of the wide ribbon. And even if I did buy it from, like, Stampin' Up! Sells one that's similar to this, it may not be a color that would match exactly to my project. So what I did was take the color palette from the cartridge that I used and just created my own. So all you need to make these is a rectangle. And even if you don't own any cartridges and you just want to go into Cricut Craft Room, as long as you are picking just a color, no pattern, you'll be able to create this and print them out also. So what I did, I came down to the bottom here where Craft Room exclusives are. I went into my Craft Room Basics, which is free to use, and I selected a rectangle. It doesn't matter which one it is, just pick a rectangle. So once you have that on your mat, I went ahead and made a copy of it and went in and set I'm going to show you here, I set it to don't weld on both pieces. So that way, once I start working with them, they're already set to don't weld and we won't have any problems with the color not working correctly. If you go to my other video, which I'll link below, on layering and cutting the image on the Imagine through Craft Room and how to do the Disney characters, I showed you, or I explained why you want to do the don't weld. So if you go over there, it all makes sense. So what I did is I created my background layer and I colored it in with a color from the palette. And then what I did is, after I duplicated this square or this rectangle, I went and made them into these little shapes. I just made this rectangle skinny. And if I go in here and show you this rectangle here, if you come up to the top, you see the width of it is 5.292, and you want to undo your little constraint, so that's off. And then this particular one, I made 0.083, and it's going to make this skinny rectangle. So I just duplicated them, lined them up where I wanted them, and the ribbon had a little tiny thread or a tiny detail on the edge of a skinnier rectangle, so I did that as well. And they are the same width, and the height on these are 0.028. So what I like to do is go ahead and lay everything out the way I like it, and then I group all my pieces together, all of my lines, because that way it's easier to move. If I need to move them, they all go together, and there's not like a chance of picking up just one and then trying to get it all back into place. So once I have that all done, I can stick this on top of my base layer, get it where I want it, and basically that's your ribbon. You can make these, and if I select the whole thing, I can stretch it out and make it longer. I can make it shorter. I can, make it big and fat, or even make it thinner and then stretch it out. Once you have it done in here, it's basically, you can make it do whatever to fit your particular project. Then also, if I wanted to, say I don't like this two color combinations together anymore, I want something different, I could go in here and make my base black, and if I select all these lines up here together, I can make them red, put them back on top of each other, and now I have it in black and red. Or if you wanted to, you could come in and make each one of these stripes a different color, whatever you want to do. But once you have it done, you know, you basically can do whatever you need to with it. So then over here, I started on another one, this one here with the saddle stitch. It's the same thing. I took the rectangle, made it my base. I took another rectangle and I made these little teeny tiny little rectangles. And if I can click one of these, I will show you. It's all grouped together. I'm sorry here. If I select this one little rectangle, if you come up here, you can see the width of that is 0.097 and the height is 0.028. And I just cut and pasted a bunch of them together and lined them up, stuck them on there, and now I've got a saddle stitch ribbon. You can move them around, you can make this smaller, make the whole ribbon longer, do pretty much whatever you need to create your own in here. So that's what I did, and that's how I created my own ribbon. It's very easy to do. If you wanted polka dots, you could just put circles on here with different colors. Really, it's kind of limitless, and it's kind of nice if you can come in and coordinate everything together, including your piece of faux ribbon if you don't have one. So that's my tutorial. If you have any questions, please let me know.